what did I say wrong? What did I do wrong? Am I wrong? Am I the problem? Can I even get the job that I even want? Is it even possible? And so we want to nip all of that overwhelming. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Adunola, Adeshola. If you're new around here, I teach high achievers how to land new jobs they love at companies they love. And so let's get into what you really want to know, which is why you're getting interviews but not job offers. So let's be honest, when you get that interview that you think went really well, only to find out that you didn't get the job, that they moved on to someone who was more qualified, you can end up feeling like, what did I say wrong? What did I do wrong? Am I wrong? Am I the problem? Can I even get the job that I even want? Is it even possible? And so we want to nip all of that overwhelming thoughts, second guessing, all the doubt. We want to nip it in the bud, okay? We want to nip it in the bud because all of that isn't going to actually help you get hired, and it'll probably cause you to start making terrible decisions that will only hold you back from getting hired. So let's talk about what you should do instead and what is actually holding you back from getting hired. And if you stick around to the end, I might even share a bonus reason why your interviews aren't turning into job offers. But let's get into the top 3 reasons right now. Number 1, you don't know your story. You're probably just out here like, I just want a new job. Do I even have a story? My story is that I want a new job. And I hear you, I get you, but in order to be the best candidate or the top candidate that gets picked for the job, you need to have a compelling story. And a lot of times when you just rely on your resume to tell that story for you, then your story is going to fall short. And so what do I mean when I say your story? Your story is basically the accomplishments, the results, the skills, the background that you bring to the table that will show hiring managers that you can solve their problems. And so if you don't have that story down packed, if you don't know the examples, the accomplishments, your own track record, like the back of your hand, then you're gonna have a hard time really convincing the hiring manager to hire you, even if you get all the way to the final round. Because sometimes people start to think, oh, well, I obviously am doing a good enough job to get me to the final round, but that just means that you're qualified. That just means that you have good experience. But if you don't have a compelling story, if you don't know your story, then you're always gonna be second best to whoever actually gets hired. And that's why you can feel frustrated when you find out that someone with less experience than you actually got the job instead, because you're like, what the heck just happened? But really, it's because they probably had a more compelling story. And so if you don't know your story, I suggest that you take some time to figure out what is it that you bring to the table. Why you? And that doesn't mean that you have to go get more experience. It means that you have to get better at telling your experience, at explaining why your experience is really great and a match made in heaven for the roles that you're interested in. Number 2 reason why your interviews are not turning into job offers is because you're not excited about the company, and it shows. Of course, it's important to show that you can do the job, that you would be great at the job, that you can be trusted to solve the problems that they are looking for this new hire to solve. They're also looking for someone who will be excited to work with them, who will be excited about the team and the work that they do and the mission that they have. And if you are just looking for jobs where you can do great work, but you don't really care about the company and what they actually do, then that could be holding you back from getting hired. Because companies want both a role fit and a culture fit. And so one of the quickest ways that you can fix this is by only applying for jobs that you actually want. It sounds so simple, but because so many people have said that the best way to get a job is to just apply, a lot of job seekers forget that you need to actually like where you're going to go if you don't want to be back looking for another job. And liking where you want to go is going to help you increase your chances of them liking you. And so if you aren't hitting the boxes when it comes to both, when it comes to being a role fit and a culture fit, then you're likely not going to get hired because they see that maybe you won't be there for the long run because you don't even want to be there. You don't even really love the company. The third reason is because you made them second guess. Yep. So maybe you have a bomb resume and you have amazing things on that resume, and you actually get the interview and you yourself, you're like, oh my gosh, I can't even believe I got the interview. Like, I wanted to apply for it, but I didn't know they were going to even be interested, and now I have an interview. And if you approach your interviews like, oh my gosh, I can't even believe that I'm here, then there's a level of uncertainty that you're probably bringing to those interviews because you are not quite convinced that you deserve the opportunity that's in front of you. And I always tell my clients this: before you can convince someone else to hire you, you must first convince yourself by getting clear on why you deserve to be there. And so I totally get it. If you're applying for jobs that are maybe the next level in your career, or you're trying to change industries and you haven't really technically been in that industry before, and it all just feels real spooky because you're just like, oh my gosh, are they really gonna pick me? I understand that. But if you are going to put yourself out there, you might as well put the best version of yourself out there who really believes you deserve to be in the room. You have to know why your skills, your background, your experience qualifies you for those opportunities. Even if you don't have the best perfect experience, you have to know why your less than perfect experience is suitable for the job. Because if you're uncertain, if you make them second guess, they're gonna eliminate that guessing by eliminating you, unfortunately. And so you have to get clear so that you can communicate that clear message, okay? So I promised that if you stick around until the end, I was gonna give you a bonus reason why your interviews are not turning into job offers. And so here it is, and you might not like it. You might not like this tip, and I understand, but I'm here to give you that tough love. The fourth bonus reason why your interviews aren't turning into job offers is because you are boring the interviewer. Now, don't get me wrong. You might not be boring. You might be a really fun brunch date, okay? You might keep your group chat popping, okay? But if you go into interviews feeling so worried that you may not be saying the right thing, or if you're even just practicing and rehearsing your interviews to the point that you're just trying to make sure that you say the words the way you practice them, then you're probably coming off really robotic and you're probably boring the interviewer. At the end of the day, people want to hire people. And so if you aren't able to show your human side, your humanity, if you aren't able to connect with the person outside of just making sure that you say the perfect thing, then you could probably be boring the interviewer. And in that case, they don't even remember you enough to want to interview you, let alone hire you. So one of the things that you can do to fix this is to stop practicing and rehearsing your scripts word for word, and really get clear on the story you want to tell, why you love the company, and why you know that your value and your skills are essential for the role that you're going after. And focus on connecting with the real human being, because at the end of the day, if you get the job, this is not just an interviewer. This is your future boss, your future manager, your future coworker, your future senior leader, whatever the case is. And these are people that you want to feel connected with in your day-to-day. So make sure that it starts in the interview. These are the things that you want to fix, and luckily for you, my clients have been in similar situations where they've gotten interviews after interviews after interviews and felt confused, lost, frustrated, and were able to turn it around and get amazing jobs that they love. And so if you want to learn more, if you want to get more practical steps on what you can be doing to just take your job search to the next level, I also have a free training on how to turn those applications into job offers. And so if you're like, I'm not even getting interviews, I want to figure out how to even get more interviews, then that training would be great for you as well. Thank you so much for watching this video. And if you enjoyed it, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and like this video, because your likes and your subscribes matter, and it will help this video reach so many more high achievers who need to get hired. So don't leave your friends out. Don't leave them hanging. Subscribe, like the video, and I will see you in my next one.